What happens when your greatest prayer becomes your greatest pain? When the thing you want most is what God delays the longest? Sarah waited and waited and waited. Years turned to decades. Hope faded into silence. And in the stillness, doubt began to grow. But God hadn't forgotten her. And He hasn't forgotten you. Kindly tell us where you are watching from. Let's connect in the comments. God gave Abraham a promise. You will be the father of many nations. But no one asked Sarah how she felt being barren in that equation. She was the wife, the vessel, the one who couldn't deliver. Every passing year, the promise felt like a mockery. Pressure mounted from people, from Abraham, from herself. Imagine the guilt, the shame, the isolation in her own home. Have you ever been blamed for something beyond your control? Sarah wasn't infertile for 5 years or 10. It was 25 years between the promise and the birth. In today's terms, that's a lifetime of trying, and still getting negative results. She watched other women become mothers, felt her body age, felt her faith stretch until it tore in places. This wasn't just delay, it was soul-deep disappointment. When faith gets tired, decisions get desperate. Sarah gave Abraham her maid, Hagar, to bear a child. It wasn't obedience, it was survival. She thought she was helping God, but deep down, she felt replaced. She watched the woman who worked for her carry what she couldn't, and envy turned to resentment, even hatred. Envy is grief unspoken. It's not that Sarah hated Hagar. She hated being unseen, unheard, unable to produce. Infertility attacks identity. It makes you feel broken, defective, lesser than. And when you're battling that kind of pain, anyone else's joy can feel like your judgment. That's not wickedness, that's untreated trauma. If this is resonating with your soul, pause and breathe. You're not alone. Drop a comment, I've felt like Sarah. And don't forget, someone needs this. Share it. Hit follow for more Bible therapy sessions where healing begins. When God told Abraham Sarah would bear a son, she laughed, not from joy, from disbelief. After I'm worn out, shall I now have this pleasure? This wasn't faithlessness, it was emotional fatigue. Sarah was tired of being disappointed. Sometimes the miracle comes when we've stopped praying for it. In ancient culture, barrenness was seen as a curse. A woman's worth was tied to her womb. Sarah bore not only emotional pain, but societal rejection. She likely heard whispers, endured pity, faced judgment, all while smiling at Abraham's optimism. Carrying shame in silence is a burden many women know, especially in spiritual spaces that expect perfection. Have you ever felt like God was late? Like He was watching you suffer and doing nothing about it? Sarah probably did, but what she didn't see was that the delay wasn't punishment. It was preparation. God wasn't just building a family, He was birthing a legacy. And then it happened. Against all odds, at 90 years old, Sarah conceived. Laughter returned, not cynical but healing. Isaac's name means he will laugh. God turned her tears into testimony. Her pain wasn't pointless. It became part of God's eternal promise. But blessings don't erase trauma. Even after Isaac was born, Sarah struggled. She still feared losing him, still reacted to Hagar with pain. Sometimes, even when the miracle arrives, you have to unpack the wounds the waiting caused. Healing isn't automatic. It's a journey. If you're in a season of delay, it doesn't mean you've been denied. God is not done with you. He still writes beauty from barren places. Like Sarah, your story is sacred, even the slow parts, even the messy, angry, exhausted parts. Your purpose is not buried in your past. It's blooming, maybe slower than you expected, but still blooming. Sarah wasn't just a womb that bore Isaac. She became a matriarch of faith. Her life, her struggle, her pain, they all shaped the lineage of nations. God didn't just redeem her delay. He used it to write redemption. Your pain has potential. Your patience is prophetic. Who are you when your prayer goes unanswered? How do you treat yourself in the waiting? Are you bitter or just brokenhearted? God understands both. Like Sarah, He sees the ache behind her obedience, the sighs you hide in worship, the questions you whisper into your pillow. And still, He's working. Some say just pray. But Sarah's story teaches us something else. Spiritual delay causes emotional damage. It's okay to need therapy while trusting God. Faith and feelings can coexist. God is not offended by your sadness. He's present in it. Let Him meet you in the waiting and the weeping. Sarah's story is not about perfection. It's about persistence. If you've ever doubted, broken down, or felt forgotten, you are in sacred company. Drop a "God's not done with me" in the comments. Like, share, and follow for more healing truths from Scripture. This is Bible Therapy, and your breakthrough has already begun.